Beer by Eamon Garrison, Ashley Collins, Tiana Thompson, Jocelyn Reyes, and Firuza Ishikova. When you hear beer, you probably think of something like this, but it was actually first created in a time more like this and a time like this, and it was shipped in stuff like this. Beer has been a staple in human history for a while and has stood the test of time. Beer began its test of time in the very beginning period of civilization. Based on the book A History of the World in Six Glasses by Tom Scandrich, beer is the drink of the period.
Beer was a religious factor in ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. One religious tale in Mesopotamia was called Gilgamesh. The story is about a man named Inigu. Inigu is an uncivilized animal-like creature, but when he drank beer, he became human-like, and the people began to accept him. The religious story based in ancient Egypt was about the sun god named Ra. Ra had heard about humankind planning against him. He then sent his goddess Hathor to dye the beer red so it looked like blood. She had 7,000 jars of it. She poured it all over the valleys and fields. When she was done, she looked at what she had done and admired it. She then began drinking the mixture and became intoxicated, thus saving mankind. Egyptians also used beer and bread as offerings to their gods. People in both Mesopotamia and Egypt believed that drinking beer made the people similar to their gods. Over time, intoxication became a problem and was slightly disapproving. Now, beer isn't used religiously, but it is used in social gatherings.
Beer affected our human history by creating civilizations. It helped transfer the movement through the Paleolithic to the Neolithic time period. It created agricultural-based societies and increased the population. Beer created the ideology of superiority. The societies became civilized due to beer because of their advancement in literature. The transformation from the Paleolithic era to the Neolithic era was caused because of the ability to grow grains and wheat, so they became less nomadic. Within the Paleolithic and Neolithic era, beer did not discriminate between gender and age within the Egyptian and Mesopotamian societies. People who drank beer were known to be more civilized than the ones who did not. Nowadays, beer creates a separation between ages. Beer caused an increase in the population because of the sterilization in vitamins.
Beer drinking was one of the many factors that helped to tip the balance away from hunting and gathering and toward farming. It played a central role in agriculture. Beer was safer to drink than water because it was made of boiling water, which helped provide a safe form of liquid nourishment and gave groups of beer-drinking farmers a comparative nutritional advantage over non-beer drinkers. Beer was made from berries, honey, spices, herbs, and other flavorings to add various tastes. Some people suggested that bread was also an important ingredient for beer, while others argued that bread was not supposed to be in beer. However, it turns out to be that both bread and beer were obtained from gruel. Bread was solid beer and beer was liquid beer. Mesopotamian brewers controlled the taste and color of their beer by adding different amounts of vapor. Vapor was kept in government storehouses and was only eaten during food shortages.
Beer brewing and drinking are activities that have been part of the human experience seemingly since the dawn of civilization. Around 10,000 years ago, mankind began to move away from living life as nomadic hunter-gatherers and began settling down in one spot to farm grain, a vital ingredient in beer making, was cultivated by these new agricultural societies.
Oh, jeez. Throughout the process of making this presentation, we had to use a lot of sources of information. First being, obviously, the main source, the book by Tom Scandrich. In his first chapter where he talks about beer, he talks about the introduction to beer and how it helps civilization. Obviously, you've already been told about how it helped with beers and grains and with the food production. But beer was not only effective in food production, but it helped in many assets such as social and religious partings. Not to mention using history.com to find other information about our project. Thanks for watching and please subscribe.